Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Let's go to some of the news and events. So for example here we have the picture taken from the negotiation talks in Istanbul. You can see the Turkish flag, Russian, Ukrainian and United Nations. They negotiate to provide the corridor for the ships that will take the seeds from Ukrainian ports to provide food supplies for the third countries. And we have some of the movement in those negotiations. I cannot state 100%, but from the information we got from the conference, Russia agreed to unblock Ukrainian ports. Turkish Marines will provide the convoying for the ships that will take food from Ukrainian ports. I think more or less this situation should be solved in a few days. The North Korea recognized self-proclaimed Republic DNR, Donetsk Republic. Well, quite funny. Today we got the news that because of that, Ukrainian officials cancel all the relationship with North Korea. I was surprised that we actually got those relationships with that country. President Biden landed in Tel Aviv. It is his first visit to the Middle East since he became the president of the United States. He will not only visit Israel, but other countries, Arabic countries like Saudi Arabia and probably UAE and many more, and he will ask some of the countries to provide the Soviet-made weapons for Ukrainian armed forces. Russia keeps arresting opposition leaders in Russia. This guy's name is Ilya Yashin. He was arrested today because Russia said that he is telling fakes about the Russian army. Actually, he tells truth. And today he was arrested. This guy got the YouTube channel. Sometimes I watch that, speaking the truth about what is happening in Russia, and obviously speaking truth about this crazy war that Russia started in Ukraine. Alright, new turn in this health crisis. World Health Organization asks to wear masks again. The last time I was wearing the mask was on 24th of February, then the war had started. After that, miraculously, we do not wear the masks anymore, but before that it was very strict. Now people just don't care. Eventually, my friends, it's the new wave and it will go down, no worries about it. We see how it goes, new wave, then it gone, new wave, then it gone, and little by little we'll forget about that stuff, I hope, in 1 year or something. I use the Ukrainian Telegram channel to provide you with some kind of news, but here you can see mostly international news are coming today. So six candidates actually passed the border for the next election step to become a prime minister of United Kingdom. So Penny Mordaunt, Kemi Badenoch, Richie Sunak, and Liz Truss. I personally like Liz Truss because she's very strict with Russia, but I think in general it doesn't matter. The great thing that all of the candidates support Ukraine, and I think that will have the same level of support anyways, my friends. France will send the deployable bridges to Ukrainian side. I think those can be used not just for civilians, but for the military purposes as well. President Zelensky said that Russia took around 2 million people away from Ukrainian occupied territories, including hundreds of thousands of children. Firstly, they were put to special camps, and some of the people still there, and some of them were imprisoned or tortured, and the vast part was taken to the Russian side. To be fair with that, my friends, I am speaking truth on my channel. Yes, Russia took many people from Ukrainian side, but also there were many people who voluntarily left Ukrainian soil for Russia. What I know that some of them actually went to Kazakhstan, Georgia, Armenia, and from those countries they went to European Union as refugees. Yesterday I told you that Russia asked Iran about the drone supplies to Russian army. Well, today Iran said that they will not give drones to Russian army because they want to keep neutral in this conflict. However, we have truthful, confirmed information from the White House. I trust that Russia asked for that favor from Iran. Iran refused. British intelligence report says that many of collaborators on Russian-occupied territories actually being liquidated by Ukrainian resistance, and the most popular way for that is to blow up the vehicle they were driving in, so I think they need to change for bicycle. From the beginning of the next month, Germany cancels the coal supplies from Russia, and from the next year cancels the oil supply. Well, great news. Also, some of the news from Germany, they publish again the list of delivered equipment to Ukraine. This time this list is very big. So far they gave Ukraine 40% of what they promised. Still, it's a great help to Ukraine, my friends, and also they promised to help with rocket artillery systems, the analogues of M270 MLRS. Poland collects the funds to get those kamikaze drones to Ukrainian army. This is much simpler compared to the Switchblade, however, also very effective, and the name of that is War Mate. Awesome. Yeah, this is the M270 I was speaking about, MLRS system. Actually, it has two of the blocks. In HIMARS, we have one of that block, and now negotiations are ongoing to give Ukraine the one ballistic rocket. So to this system, you can supply two of the ballistic rockets with a range up to 300 kilometers. In that case, we can reach Sevastopol and Kerch Bridge. And here we have M113 armored vehicles delivered to Ukraine. Well, this kind of vehicle was given by many of the countries, but most of those we got from United States, obviously. Yeah, this one is awesome. HIMARS and Furious. Here we have the French-made anti-aircraft system Mistral that is widely used by a Ukrainian army. Fantastic system, but I think that tripod is kind of heavy. But I think it gives more precision with this some kind of sophisticated aiming equipment. And here we have the picture of how situation changed on the front lines. This is the fire detection from the satellite, and here we go. The left image was taken 5 days ago, and on the right you can see it's nowadays. Total difference, and probably HIMARS also helped with that because we were able to destroy many of the Russian ammunition depots together with their command centers and soldier barracks and armored vehicles and tanks, whatever. This is a Ukrainian MiG. Awesome footage taken from the cockpit. If I was a fighter pilot, obviously I would also film everything from the cockpit. Fantastic view, and I think maybe 360 camera. No, I think just a simple GoPro or the phone camera was used for that. Yeah, we have some of the rockets here on the airplane. I'm not really familiar with that type of the ammunitions, but I think we have the air-to-the-ground missiles over here and air-to-air missiles as well. This is Buzoza rocket artillery system, very similar to Uragan and developed actually in Ukraine. From what I heard, we have just a single unit in Ukrainian armed forces. Why? Well, because it was just developed, was just designed and delivered to Ukrainian army. For now we are unable to produce them in a great quantity, so it's better obviously to wait right now for the Western-made rocket artillery systems that are still more precise compared to this one. British intelligence say that Russia will concentrate their forces on a few cities on the eastern part of Ukraine. They are preparing for the main attack towards Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. However, I personally think that it is impossible target for the Russian army. Some of the pictures of Ukrainian soldiers training in UK, and here we have awesome weather, obviously, for United Kingdom. Very strange for me. From what I heard, it was a heat wave up to 40 degrees centigrade recently. Here the weather is fine, and our guys obviously will get lots of nice training. The self-proclaimed president of Belarus, Lukashenko, fired this guy, the general who was responsible for mobilization in Belarus. It shows that people of Belarus do not support this war and not willing to give their own lives for nothing. Sometimes I also listen to other side, Russian propaganda TV, and they sometimes say that they have the anti-missile systems very sophisticated. First of all, S-300 and S-400, but those are useless against HIMARS and M270 MLRS rocket artillery systems. S-300 and 400 may target airplanes and low-speed flying rockets like cruise missiles. Alright, I've just received this information coming from the Istanbul peace talks, so we have some of the agreements about taking seats and food away from Ukrainian ports. The agreement was reached to provide the common control over security in ports and also all away the supply routes. The next round of negotiations is planned for the next week, where we have the final agreement between Russia, Turkey, Ukraine and the United Nations. Turkey will take the major control over ships that are delivering seeds from Ukrainian ports. The General Secretary of United Nations today said that those peaceful talks are the light at the end of the tunnel. Russia was blocking ports for a very long time, causing starvation for many people around. Some breaking news coming from Gorlivka city. It's very close to Donetsk, occupied territory by Russians, and here you can see again our artillery job destroying probably command centers or ammunition depots, who knows, but we are constantly using artillery against Russian command centers and depots. And I'm gonna keep you updated about the situation here in Ukraine, my friends. Now please press the like if you like this video, press dislike if you don't like what I do. And there are several ways how you can support my channel. All of them are in the video description just below. And for those of you who support me, my friends, you are awesome. Thank you very much for your kind support. I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.